This question looks simple and basic, but you have to be careful because it tricks even the most brilliant of minds. We're told to look for the value of x, given that the square root of 5x all over x is equal to 5. Notice that what we have on the left hand side is a fraction, but we have a whole number on the right hand side. Let's make it a fraction. So we have the square root of 5x all over x to be equal to, making this a fraction becomes 5 all over 1. Very good. Now let's cross multiply. So on cross multiplying, we have 5 times x, which gives us 5x to be equal to the square root of 5x times 1 is the square root of 5x. Very good. Now let's get rid of this square root. We get rid of this square root by taking the square of both sides. So I'll square the right hand side. I'll also square the left hand side. Now watch something. On the left hand side, this expression can be 5 raised to the power of 2 times x raised to the power of 2. Very good. This is equal to, now the right hand side, this square cancels out the square root, leaving behind 5x. Very good. Now 5 squared is 25 times x squared. So that will be 25x squared. And this is equal to 5x. Now our next step will be for us to move this 5x to the left hand side, so that we have 25x squared, and as 5x crosses to the left, it becomes minus 5x, and this is equal to 0. Now notice something. Notice that 5x is common, so we can factor out 5x. Now open bracket. Now let's divide. 25x squared divided by 5x, I have 5x. Minus, now 5x divided by 5x is 1. Good. And this is equal to 0. So we have two cases. We have 5x to be equal to 0, or we have 5x minus 1 to be equal to 0. Now for the first case, to get a value of x, let's call this case 1, we have to divide both sides by 5. So we have 5x divided by 5 to be equal to 0 divided by 5. Now notice that this 5 cancels out this 5, leaving behind x to be equal to 0 divided by 5 is 0. So we have 0 as a result. Now coming to our second case, case 2. We're going to be moving this negative 1 to the right hand side. So we have 5x to be equal to, as negative 1 crosses to the right, it becomes positive 1. Now let's divide both sides by 5. So dividing both sides by 5, this 5 cancels out this other 5, leaving behind x to be equal to 1 all over 5. Very good. Remember, we have to be careful because either one of these is our answer or both are the correct answer. Now let's check. Now let me write down check here. Now we're going to be starting with x equal to 0. So when x is equal to 0. Now we're going to be substituting the value of x here on the left hand side to see if we're going to be having 5 as a result. But then notice something. X is a denominator, which means x cannot be 0 because it makes the expression on the left hand side to be undefined. So this cannot be a solution. Now what about when x this time is equal to 1 all over 5? So now let's impute this to what we have here. So let me come here. We have the square root of 5x. That is 5 times x. X is 1 all over 5 all over x. X is 1 all over 5. Now we're checking if we're going to be having 5 as a result. Now what we have inside of the parentheses, 5 can cancel out 5, so we have 1. So the square root of 1 is 1 all over, now 1 all over 5. So are we going to be having 5 as a result? Now notice that the left hand side, we have the inverse of 1 all over 5. And what is the inverse of 1 all over 5? The inverse of 1 over 5 is 5. So, and this is equal to the right hand side, that is 5. So our value for x equal to 1 all over 5 is actually correct. Well, feel free to share your ideas in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and have learned something from this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And like I always say, until next time, take care.